Vodafone Idea's follow-on public offer opens today. If successful, this will be India's biggest FPO, surpassing Yes Bank's 15,000 crore share sale in July of 2020. Adani Enterprises' 20,000 crore FPO was also, remember, fully subscribed but later cancelled in February of 2023. Now, of the total FPO proceeds, the teleco proposes to use about 12,750 crores for the purchase of equipments for expansion of its network infrastructure by setting up new 4G sites, also expand capacity of the 4G sites and set up new 5G sites. Nearly 2,100 crore should be set aside or will be set aside as a part of deferred payments for spectrum to the Department of Telecom and the GST. The remaining funds could be utilized for general corporate purposes. But that is, of course, where FPO will go into. The money is very crucial for Vodafone. Vodafone needs to expand. About time. It's been battling with, you know, the likes of Ambani's who have literally carpet bombed the telecom industry. And since then, they've lost market share. They have lost revenue. And if they do not utilize this money, do not even raise the money as is expected, it is not going to go well for Vodafone, at least in the near 1 year to 2 years.
So, you know, something that we mentioned about a month back, Shweta, sitting right here in this very studio when the FPO was first announced, and, you know, I'm pretty much sticking my neck out again and saying that 18,000 crore rupees is nearly not enough for Vodafone Idea to shore up its 4G infrastructure and to roll out its 5G infrastructure to at any level compete with either Reliance Jio or with Bharti Airtel. And those two players put together own about 70% of the market, whereas Vodafone month on month has been reduced to a point now that it is about 19%, in fact a little below 19% of the market. Which means there's a long stride it has to take in first getting the customers to rebuild their trust and faith in the brand. And those who've ported out already are unlikely to port back in.
Absolutely.
And if they don't port back in, are there enough new users added month on month who will want to go for a Vodafone untested or unfinished sort of 4G story as compared to better options, seemingly better options out there, which they will find in Jio and Airtel. So, you know, that is one end of the problem that Vodafone continues to face.
But hey, any money is good money for Vodafone
No doubt,
right now.
no doubt. Is it enough money? Because, you know, look at Vodafone's own balance sheet. It owes about 2 lakh crore rupees to the government of India on these AGR and spectrum dues. So while the money it is raising, you know, no company will be able to raise equity if it says I'm raising equity to pay debt. So that is not the stated objective of raising this 18,000 crore rupees, right? Add to that, anchor investors have already more than twice oversubscribed to the FPO, and Vodafone already has about 5,400 crore rupees in its kitty from this 18,000 crore rupee IPO. So the FPO is likely to be, sorry, I mentioned IPO earlier, the FPO is likely to be subscribed well. We don't know whether it will be oversubscribed, undersubscribed by what percentage, etc.
So
because
it opens
for public only today. But given that anchor investors are twice as bullish on, you know, on Vodafone Idea through this FPO, means it is going to instill a little more confidence, a little more faith in public to at least get 18,000 crore rupees in Vodafone Idea's kitty. But of course, you know, it is yet to roll out 5G services, though the company statement suggests in an interview to Financial Express, in fact, I was reading this morning, it says that it hasn't really missed the 5G bus. And why it says it hasn't missed the 5G bus is that despite Jio and Airtel both having rolled out 5G, they are yet to draw the revenue dividends of that 5G investment. So it seems like, according to Vodafone at least, that both Jio and Airtel have spent a lot of money rolling out 5G, but are unable to rake up enough ARPUs to get users to pay more for 5G services, which means it's perhaps not too late, as per Vodafone Idea, to enter the 5G space. But I think its biggest challenge right now is to ensure that there is better coverage, seamless coverage of 4G, because a lot of smartphones today continue to run 4G services and not 5G services. And those are the customers that Vodafone has been losing month on month to as many as 16.2 million users, subscribers, customers lost between 1st April and end of February. So barring the month of March, in the entire financial year, 16 million users have been lost. That is 1.6 crore subscribers have been lost at an ARPU of about 200 rupees per user. You're looking at big money, which Vodafone has lost the opportunity.
Is there a case for 4G at a time when Jio is calling for a 4G Mukt Bharat?
2G Mukt. It's calling for a 2G Mukt Bharat.
So and also trying to phase out 4G gradually. Is there a case for 4G?
You know, in my limited understanding and my own personal opinion, you know, I haven't seen the speed differential between 4G and 5G as was slated to be. So, you know, when the 5G dream was being sold to India, the idea was that 5G is going to give you exponentially higher data speeds. Even when my phone shows 5G written, I can't tell the difference between 4G and 5G. So at one level, I question all service providers out there that when you offer 5G, are you really giving me the full spectrum of 5G available to give me those speeds? And secondly, you know, my mobile phone bill has not changed. So no telecom company out there would be foolish enough to give me a service and not charge me for it.
Okay, fair enough. But as far as Vodafone is concerned, the FPO opens today. There's enough and more interest in the market as far as Vodafone is concerned.